Hello, everybody. My name is Baylor and welcome to Tavern Talk, where we take people who accomplish amazing things in real life and we take them into fantasy. This week, I have an amazing guest named CJ Hunt. I'm going to let him say hello.
Oh, hello, everybody. It's nice to be here.
It is fantastic of you to be here, sir. I really appreciate you coming on.
Oh, thanks for having me, Baylor.
No problem, no problem. So why don't you tell the good audience what you do and what you just recently accomplished that is truly awesome?
Thanks. I'm a comedian and a writer, and I've spent about a decade doing comedy in New Orleans. And this spring, I finally got my first TV writing job, getting paid to write for TV. So I was just finished a stint as a staff writer on the A&E show called Black and White, which is their first late night comedy, and it is going to be launching this fall. So now I live in New York, and now I'm a TV writer officially, I guess.
Hooray!
Yeah.
We reached the IMDb officialness.
I know, man. I'm sending a message to all my family, telling them to look at my IMDb page.
It is the best. I feel like I think when you get that, you sort of reach a god status when you get an IMDb credit, because you go like, oh, I'm on the same website as Mel Brooks or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you think that. I think in the actor-comedian land I'm in now, IMDb, having a credit is so common among these people that I'm with now that it's like, that they're like putting it in your face. They're like, did you see that I was a waiter in 90210? And you're like, all right, dude, good talk.
It's like,
So I'm glad it is significant to you, Baylor, because that makes me feel better.
oh well, it's definitely significant to us smallings compared to you gods. So definitely do every little bit of your portfolio counts, I believe, and this is definitely definitely an IMDb credit. Definitely helps you get up there more with stuff.
Certainly.
Now, CJ Hunt makes great jokes about a million different things, but one of your special topics is talking about sort of race relations between people.
Yeah. I am biracial, as you can tell from my voice. I'm half black and half Filipino. So growing up, when you grow up biracial, you're sort of aware that you look different or that you're different. So yeah, it's something I think about, and the show that I just wrote on was explicitly about, what are those things about being black or white that we don't talk about a lot. Do you think about race, Baylor?
No, not unless it's the TSA, and I'm just trying to make sure they don't think because like whenever I walk around, this happened a lot at the high schools I went to. Is that usually they would like. This was an interesting thing. Race was an interesting topic in my high schools because of the elections that were recently happening. This in when this podcast was recorded, but because of that, a lot of people like to self-identify as all these races and stuff, and they would be able to pinpoint what you were usually in the high schools I was at, but they would not be able to pinpoint what I was at all. And to be honest, I'm sort of like this humongous kind of mutt of stuff.
Yeah, you're a very tan individual. I can see you getting misraced at an airport or something.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've also had Hispanic people come up to me and speak Spanish, and I have no idea what they're saying.
Now what is their reaction when you let them know that you can't speak Spanish?
They pull out. I've had this a couple of times where they pull out Google Translate on their phones.
Oh,
wow! I was
wow.
so surprised.
Very enterprising. The reaction that I get, most people think that I am Hispanic, and when they speak Spanish to me and find out I don't speak it back, they don't believe me, and they think I'm just being bougie and refusing to speak Spanish.
Like you're refusing
Yeah,
your
yeah.
ancestors.
Like man, you're just pretending that you're not. So so yeah, what do you want to talk about?
So we are going to talk about a million things, sir. But the way we're going to do it is we're going to take your amazing accomplishment and what you are, and we're going to take that and we're going to turn into a fantasy race of characters and stuff like.
Hooray!
So I have my D&D book out here, fifth edition, and I'm gonna run through you the list of races, and we're gonna build a character for you. Now, first off, we are going to start with race before we start with classes, and this is going to be crazy. And basically, that will spark conversation, and it's a very chilled out kind of episode podcast. And okay, so
Baylor, I only do podcasts that are very chilled out, so I'm very happy that that's the case.
that's good. I brought down the room to like 68 degrees to make
Yeah, I
sure that
like
it
it.
was cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
stay
Okay.
real cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so first off is a classic dwarf. Uh,
Okay.
Dwarves do not usually get along with elves. Uh,
Why? Colonialism? What happened that they don't get
um,
along?
there was. This is an amazing question. Let me turn the
It's
pages for.
okay if there's no reason. I didn't mean to
There
call out
is there
D and
is
D.
there's absolutely a reason. You should call me out on this. Let's see. Let's see.
I'm gonna bet that it's about a land dispute.
A land dispute. That is a classic, and it's probably that. Let's see. Uh, elf clans and gods and golden clan. Let's see, dwarf names. Dwarf. No, they just. There's no real specific thing. I think they're just
Just one of
they're.
those things.
It's just one of those things where you just go
Just
like
one of those things.
you just have to hate them. It's kind of
We hate
like.
each other for no reason. I
Yeah,
feel
I
you. I
think
feel
there
you.
is a reason, and I think they're not saying it specifically where the proper place should be in the book. Been told that
Yeah.
inside the book they do not place all things properly. So
Okay. All
there you
right. So
go.
they naturally hate each other.
Yes, there's elf, like I just said. That is the other race, and that other race is usually. You could be like a wood elf. There's different types of the races. There's sub races. So there's like a dwarf. You could be just a good old dwarf. You could be a mountain dwarf, a dwarf that lives in mountains. You could be elf, like a high elf,
I mean,
elf of royalty and
first of
stuff.
all, when you said wood dwarf, I was super into it. I thought that sounded super tight. But then when you just said I could live in the mountains, that seems like the best kind. Am I wrong?
No,
Which is the race that like gets the coolest stuff? Like in America, it's white people. In your world, what is it?
oh God. They're all. Well, I can tell you right now, humans get fuck all.
Hmm.
They are just humans. But they're great for if you don't want to be too complicated of a character.
No,
Okay.
man, I want to be a layered character. Make me some kind of dwarf with a chip on his shoulder.
Well, now.
I don't want too much privilege that I have an easy life. I want to be that sort of middle level dwarf that really has to hustle for what I have,
Yeah.
but then I still have aspirations of what it's like to live the big time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, going for the gold instead of the silver ore. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
Understood. Well, let me run through the other races just so you have an option. You
Okay.
have halfling, which is a usually I believe a half dwarf, half human, or
Tight.
um, they are. Let's see, 20. They are usually just sort of like I've known halflings to be sort of like very animated, energetic people. Um,
Okay.
that are let's see. Okay, so halfling is the one kind. Halfling is it's I believe it says a half dwarf, half human. So they are interesting folks. Let's see. We also got Human, like I said, human's human. Then we got a dragon.
Boring, boring. Get the human out of here, man.
Okay, all right. Human's gone. Dragonborn. We got Dragonborn, which is half human, half dragon.
That sounds
Uh,
pretty crazy.
it is. It is basically it's the body of a human, usually a very buff or muscular human with scales,
Nice.
and
And the
a
attitude of a dragon.
and the head of a dragon, and the attitude of a dragon.
Okay.
And sometimes they
Now
have.
I don't want to disrespect the world, but that feels like that would be physically difficult to support a dragon's head on a human's body.
Well, it's not a dragon-sized head; it's a dragon-shaped head.
Okay, okay. I
So
see
it's
what you're
like
talking about.
shrunk. Like picture like. Have you ever watched what's it called? Oh God, it's that thing on HBO that everybody talks about.
Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones. I don't know why I didn't remember the name.
It's okay.
It's okay. Game of Thrones, where basically, you know that dragon that Benedict Cumberbatch played as.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, picture like that head, but on like a human size level.
Yeah, on like a jacked man's body.
Yeah.
All right, I picked that one.
Okay. Well, hold on. We got just a little bit more to go, and then you can go
Okay.
with whatever you want. And we got the
All right.
good old gnomes. They're sort of similar to dwarves. They got some special abilities of their own. You got a half elf, which is a half human, half elf. They're usually sort of shunned by usually high elves or full elves because they're like you're human elf, whatever.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
bullshit. That's a bullshit move of the high elves.
yeah, well, I mean they're high elves for a reason because
Yep.
they're all snooty and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
We got half orcs, which are half orc, half human.
Hmm.
Um, and those are pretty interesting. And then you got a tiefling, which is sort of like a demon purple thing with tails, curled horns, and scimitar like legs.
No, man. I'm not into that one.
Okay. It's got a little bit of demon in it. I think a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I went through a phase like that where in high school where I was like, "Well, I'm a little demon," but now that's behind me. So
Okay.
we'll not choose that one. Yeah.
All right. Cool. So what do you want to be?
Let's do the Dragonborn.
Okay, the Dragonborn. Got you. Okay, I'm
Yep.
gonna go ahead and mark that down. Now here's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and head on over to the Dragonborn section. Okay, so now I will explain to you what a Dragonborn does because there's actually a couple of options to go about this.
Wait, I have a quick question before
Yeah.
we
What's
move
up?
on with Dragon. Who is the race in that world that everyone learns to hate?
Um, Usually drows. They're not in the book, but they are a common race that people have made and played before. Drows
Yeah.
are dark elves, and they're
Oh man.
usually considered evil, and they usually are, but they're not all of them are.
So that's like a stereotype.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, cool. I'm glad
Um,
I didn't pick that one. That's a hard life, it sounds like. I'm excited to be
yeah.
Dragonborn.
Dragonborn is people will fear you, and you are not seen every day.
People don't fear me in my normal life because I'm sort of a smaller man. Uh, but so I'm very excited to be for my character to be very feared.
It will definitely be interesting.
Yeah.
And also because it's an uncommon race, usually when you're talking to NPCs in the game, you will definitely have like weirder conversations than normal. People won't expect
Okay.
you as much, and that's sort of,
Okay.
I guess that would be interesting.
Okay.
To like,
I'm in.
all right, cool. So now we gotta choose your color. Do you usually they are often 6.5 feet tall. Do you want to be 6.5 feet
Tight.
tall?
Yeah, is that the tallest it can go?
That is the common height.
I
It,
want to be as tall as possible, provided that I can still fit in most buildings.
I would say 7'2" would be okay.
Same. Same. I was about to say 7'2". Let's go for it.
All right, cool. I'm glad we're on the same wavelength with this. I'm digging this so far. Can is this sort of like your dream fantasy character? Are we finally doing this? Is this the thing?
No, Baylor, we're just creating a regular character. It's not
Okay.
the person that I wish I was in real life and will give all the attributes that I'm missing in the real world. That's not what's happening.
Right.
If that's what you think is happening, that's not what's happening.
Okay, sure,
So
absolutely.
back to this 7'2" ass dragon headed man. Let's keep talking about it.
You will be 300 pounds, just so you're aware.
Okay, but like a tight 300 pounds,
Yeah, you will be
like
sort
most
of.
of that's abs.
Most of that is muscle, yes.
Okay, good.
It is appropriate for your body weight. Um,
Yeah, and all having a dragon's head thing.
how old do you want to be?
Um, old enough that people take me seriously, but not too old that people are like, "Oh, who's this old ass dragon man? He's just a liability for us." You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you. That is sometimes the way with the way things roll out. Um, so you see, they usually live to be around 80. So
In human years,
yeah,
that sucks, man. Don't normal dragons live for like thousands of years?
yeah, but they're only half dragon,
Oh man.
so they live
Man,
longer.
they really got shorted on that whole lifespan thing.
Yeah, they
All right.
did. I don't even know
So,
how they got to this place of being half human, half dragon.
yeah, also what a strange part to pick. I wouldn't pick a dragon's head. I would pick a dragon's wings or something. Oh,
I, they're
you know what I
not.
mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, like you can't mess with
I,
genotypes. That's the
I know you
way.
can't pick.
Can't you can't pick
Yeah,
what you were
yeah.
born with. You got to work with the hand you're dealt with. You know.
So work with the head you're dealt with. Okay, so
Yeah,
I will go with. All right, I want to be 20 years old.
20 on the spot.
I want to be 22 years old.
22.
Yeah.
Goodness. Okay, so explain to me your thinking about the 22, because
Well, I want to be
22
like
people.
22. Like my hairline is still intact as the dragon. I'm talking about the character.
Right.
Um, and I can still eat whatever I want. I don't have to like watch calories. You know, I have the metabolism of a 22-year-old dragon-headed man. Um, and still talking about the game. Uh, and I want that sort of idealism about what's possible in the world. You know, you get to be a 30, 31-year-old dragon-headed man, you start having a lot less sort of idealism about how good things are in the world, you know?
Yeah, I guess so. I
Yeah.
mean, if you we'll see what your race is to figure out, what that what that philosophy he lives by is. But we have to
Yeah.
choose the color of the dragon now.
Okay,
So
cool.
so here's the thing. You can be a
I'm taking off green right off the bat. I'm taking that choice off because that's a played out dragon color.
green is out of the question.
Yeah, every dragon you see is like green or like red or purple.
Okay, now just so you know, all these dragons, each color dragon has a special type of damage that they can breathe, like
Okay,
special
now
type.
hold on. Now I'm listening.
Okay, so a black can shoot acid out of its mouth.
Okay.
A blue one can shoot lightning.
Hmm.
Brass is fire. Bronze is also lightning. copper is acid, gold is fire. The green one that you were going to count out is poison. Red is fire, and silver and white are both cold.
Just cold in general.
Like
It's like a
frost, like
cold,
a frostbite.
it's like a cold temperature.
Yeah.
Man, that sucks. That sucks at a party. They're
No, it
like
would
talking to a bunch
be.
of girls. It's like, what do you do? I shoot acid. Oh, what do you do? I shoot lightning. Me? Oh, I make cold. I make it a little colder out of my mouth.
Yeah. I can make your
All right.
drink refreshingly cold.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's go blue.
Blue, you want to shoot lightning?
Yeah.
Okay, so you
I
are
was
a.
thinking about the poison one, but then poison to me doesn't make sense because it's like, oh, I shot something deadly out of my mouth. If you drink it,
Yeah. Well, I mean, like the
someone else
poison.
has to
The
introduce the
poison is
poison.
it's like a poison gas cloud.
Oh, that's tight. That's tight. All right. Lightning. I'm still choosing lightning.
Okay. All right, I understand. All right, so now that we got that out of the way and handled with, now it is time to talk about classes.
Okay. Just a
Your,
quick check-in. Just a quick
yes.
check-in. I'm
What's up?
feeling very good. I'm feeling very good about how this character is looking.
I'm going to tell you right now, you stand a better chance against Big Bad Vlad, which was our previous character made on the first episode,
Mm-hmm.
which is a rogue that I believe has a -5 on something. A -5 on stabbing, which
Okay,
means
well,
if he rolled a 20-sided die, he would have to subtract 5 somehow, and
oh, weird.
he would usually miss.
Okay, well, I'm gonna find Vlad and
Yeah,
I'm gonna kill him.
that's
Moving.
that's the best way to handle it.
Yeah.
I don't know. you're so you're telling me you're gonna. Okay, sure, got you. All right.
If I'm already stronger than this guy, this Vlad guy,
Yeah.
let's just get him out of the picture right away. Once
Oh,
we're done with this, I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna kill him. Let's keep moving on.
all right. This sounds all right. I will make sure to get this down quickly for you then. All right. So here's your classes. You can be a barbarian. A barbarian is on the lines of sort of being like just a big, beefy dude. More than not, just some strong person that can handle their own.
Okay.
Let's see. Barbarian is, you know,
Like a Trump looking dude.
no, he doesn't have to look like a Trump-looking dude. Like
Okay.
he could though. A
Yeah,
Trump,
yeah,
a Trump-looking dragonborn. That would be crazy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like
Big,
I'm gonna burn that wall. Um. All right. So barbarians is one.
Yep, the barbarians. They're usually just the barbarians are different. They might be are defined by their rage, unbridled, unquenchable, and unthinking fury. More than a mere emotion, their anger is so basically they use a lot of anger and strength.
Hmm.
You could be a bard, which are the musician spellcasters. They cast spells by singing and making songs. And
Man, I want that.
they have really high
We.
charisma.
I can listen. I can listen to more options, but I'm gonna tell you right now, the combination of looking like a 7 foot tall buff ass dragon man, who then
in like
spends his time
pantaloons.
singing. Yeah, who spends his time like singing songs and being charismatic.
Yeah,
I just like that whole combo.
I like the
But
idea
you
that
can,
I will read you the options because that
okay,
is something. But I will say this: it would be really funny if like your character came up to like somebody and was like he was intentionally trying to kill him, and he was like, "Do you want me to sing a song?" And in that song, they shoot out the lightning from their breath.
yeah, yeah. My
That
song is literally lightning, man. All right,
oh man,
cool.
this is
This
good.
next poem is called "You're Dead." That's I would have like pithy. I would have pithy little phrases like that.
The
No?
song was inspired by Keith Richards. It's called
Yeah.
"You're Done."
Yep.
Um, oh god. Okay, so you can be a cleric. Cleric are usually people that are aligned with some god of some sort that heal people.
No.
Okay. You could be a druid, which are sort of like hippie wizards.
Okay.
They
Do I get to
use
wear a robe?
You do get to wear a robe, an earth
Okay.
robe, and basically you use your magical powers from the earth.
Oh, that sounds like it sucks. What are those powers?
Well, you can shoot fire, terraform the land, and control water.
Oh, well, I retract my previous statements.
And
Those
you
sound pretty
can
great.
turn into animals.
Hmm. If I were to turn into the animals, do I still have the dragon's head? This is a serious logistical question. As a
I'm
as
just
my
picturing like
creature,
a
I have a man's
giant.
body and a dragon's head. But if I were to turn into, say, a baby deer,
Yeah.
would I look fully like a baby deer?
That would be so fucking awesome. Just like a dragon. And then you shoot out the lightning. Oh, man.
No, I want to be able to fully look like these animals
No,
if
you
I'm going to
will.
change.
You will. You will.
Because otherwise, I couldn't. There'd be no use. I couldn't hide. They'd be like, "Oh, that sheep with the dragon's head. That's clearly CJ." There's only one dude who does that.
No, you can transform entirely.
Okay, cool, cool, cool.
Uh,
This is my favorite one so far.
oh, okay. It trumps the bard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Trump's the bard for now.
Okay, okay. Just letting you know, since you are a very well famous comedian, the bard is a closest thing you'll be to a comedian. Uh, just
Okay.
just let you know, a druid is very very down to earth kind of hippie people. Usually, just to give a people will murder me for saying that, but that is sort of basically what it is. You can be a fighter, which are basically the just warriors with swords and stuff like that. Um, there's
I have no need for a sword. My mouth shoots lightning. Continue.
Okay, you could be a monk, which is martial arts.
Nope.
You could be like a really big buff martial arts dragon that got. Well, here's the thing. Like, if you do that, you could like. There's a cool thing called a shadow monk, and you could become
Okay.
a shadow monk, and basically you can travel via the shadows.
Ooh. But that really doesn't work at night, huh?
It. I mean, there's usually lanterns, and you're in a dungeon.
I guess, I guess. Okay. Wait, I
Or
live in a dungeon?
no, you don't live in a
Or that
dungeon.
is how the game works?
No, it's like you go to dungeons, you go to towns. There's a daytime, nighttime cycle. You know,
Who told you? Are you talking about my real life or are you talking about the game right now?
I'm talking about both.
Okay, cool. Yes. Um, I do go to a few dungeons. All right. Is Shadow Monk the last option?
No, that's just one of the ways of becoming a monk. You can be a monk of the open hand, so you're really good at like the legit martial
Slapping
art.
people?
Yeah, or you could be like an elemental monk, which shoots fireballs and stuff.
Okay. Is there a
Uh,
monk that just like thinks of real profound stuff and then like brings it up at a dinner party and everyone's like, "Oh my god, that's a great point. You're so smart."
that
Just
is.
hypothetically.
I mean, if you have a really high wisdom, you probably could do that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Which
Okay,
will
cool.
which we'll get to stats later.
Is there a type of monk where if you were to go to a dinner party, all the women at that dinner party would go home with their boyfriends and be like, "Who was that guy?"
Probably.
And then the boyfriend would be like, "Why?" And they'd be like, "No reason." And then they would just sort of stare out the window and the boyfriend would be like, "Why are you being distant?" Is there a monk like that?
um, no, but that should be in the next edition.
And then the boyfriend's like, "You're thinking about him again, aren't you? You're thinking about him." I
I'm
want to be
trying
that
to.
type in the next edition.
Okay, I will. I will when we have the sixth edition come
Yeah.
out. We will have you back on the show, and we will have you
Okay,
make
cool.
your
Great.
next
Okay.
thing. But we will. There's also paladin, which are really heavy armor, holy people that fight for
Nah,
their
man, fuck
god. And
Paladin.
okay, you could be a ranger, which are sort of like the scouts of the land, and they're really good at archery usually.
Okay. All right,
Uh,
I'm gonna go with Bard.
Okay, well, I mean, I have to go through just the last few ones. If you could just hold
Okay,
with
I want
me.
to hear. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll stick with you. I'll stick with you for all the options.
Okay, but you're still probably going to go with Bard. I understand, but I
Well,
have
I'm just
to.
letting you know my favorite one so far,
Okay, well, I mean,
and
you
then
did say you like the Druid.
I did like the Druid, but I don't want people being like, who let so and so's weird sandal dad in here? Like I want to be taken seriously as a Druid. So, all right, it's either Druid or Bard for me.
Okay.
Continue. Let's see if
You could be a
there's any better
rogue.
ones. That means I take people's power and drain it from them.
No, the rogue is basically like the assassins and people who are really good at, like, being thieves.
No, man, I feel like people would want to put that stereotype on me, but that's not me.
Okay. You could be a sorcerer, which are the people that do magic by book.
Yeah, well, that sounds pretty good.
Uh, which means you have to have your book at all times.
Now, what is the difference between a sorcerer and a wizard?
A wizard just has a bunch of frickin' spells, and but you know,
So he's just got
but
to memorize. That's the difference between a sorcerer and a
no, the
wizard.
thing is like the wizard can look. So basically, the sorcerer and the wizard basically know all their spells, but the thing is that a sorcerer will have has to prepare his spells, but he'll know all the spells, and he doesn't have to pick and choose spells for that day because you can't know all the spells for that day. You know certain spells that are
Yeah,
prepared. Where a wizard,
yeah,
he doesn't need the books. He has them already prepared, but he only has that amount.
got you.
And then a warlock is just a
He's like, I only
warlock.
got 10 spells. I'm a wizard. You want more spells? Talk to the sorcerer.
Yeah, you'll have come back to me tomorrow. I'll have more. I'll have different spells.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That sucks. All right, so sorcerer sounds pretty good.
Yeah, but the only thing is that will take some time to prepare some of the spells, and you have to make sure that you have your books. You can't lose your books. If you lose your books, you can't cast a spell.
Baylor, I took the LSAT to get into law school, so I think I'm gonna be okay with these spells.
Okay. All right. I'm just saying. So all right. Well, that's all the classes. What class do you want to be? Bard.
Bard, let's do it.
Okay, Bard. You want to be Bard? All
Mm-hmm.
right. All right. That's fine. You can be Bard. You will. All right. So now that we have that all handled, that is all done. You are a Dragonborn Bard.
And see how good that sounds?
It sounds amazing. You
Okay.
totally nailed it. Now we are going to choose your alignment, which means
Yeah,
uh,
like a scoliosis thing.
no.
Oh, okay.
It is um, what like are you lawfully good? Are you chaotic neutral? Are you
What if I'm just like, is there an option for naughty as hell?
there's chaotic evil?
All right. Give me the full options again.
Okay, you got lawful good, you got lawful neutral, which means you're just sort of you're neutral. But you know what's good is good, and you got lawful evil. You got neutral good. You got true neutral, which means not crazy or anything. You just whatever. You got neutral evil, which is you're just sort of evil. You got chaotic good, where you're crazy but you're good. You got chaotic neutral, where you're just crazy, and you got chaotic evil, which you're just pure evil.
What's the option where it's like, I'm good, I follow the law, but if you fuck with me, I'll burn you with lightning?
That would probably be
New
chaotic,
lawful
chaotic
evil.
neutral.
All right. Let's do chaotic neutral.
Yeah, because like you yourself are choosing to obey the laws, but you are also willing to commit murder. So
Yes.
that is something that is something
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
come into thought about.
Yep.
Now, as a bard, so now we're moving on to proficiency, your skills. You have six
Yeah.
skills to choose that you can be proficient at. You have more than six skills to choose from, but those you can be proficient in six. Because you are
Giving
a
wedding toasts.
that is a
Is
special
that one?
proficiency. That is one.
Okay.
That would be a religion.
Okay. All right. Hit me with the skills.
Or actually, okay. So as a bard already and bard dragonborn, you are proficient in history, and you are
Great.
a proficient in arcana.
Okay.
Um, this is going to be interesting. Oh, actually, here, actually, I messed up because I didn't do the background. Before we do that, we have to do the background. So you could be a sage. Your background could be sage. You could be a soldier. Uh, that this is your background. This is sort of what made you as you today.
Okay.
You
What
could
What about if I was a soldier at one point, and then I have like a very dramatic story, like where one day I was like, "Nah, man, war, war's not for me, man." And then ever since then, I became sort of chaotic neutral.
sure. And what made you want to become a bard?
Because I was like, I need to learn enough history so that no war ever happens again.
Um, and that made you become a bard.
Well, I wanted to get proficient in the history, and
Oh, I'm
then
sorry.
sort of my
The
sophomore
the
year,
proficient the
that
proficient thing. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but the proficient thing, my bad, was actually based off your background. So you're not proficient in history right now.
okay. Well, what I was going to say is that I found myself with a natural proficiency in history. That led to me experimenting with some dramaturgery in college, and then I was like, I could be in this play. I could write this play, and then I became a bard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do actually. And what college did you go to?
And I was like, I've seen so many fucked up things in war. I got to write about these. You know?
Trying to be Tennessee Williams or something?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That sounds a good idea.
Yeah.
So I will. So right now, as a background with a soldier background, you are proficient in athletics and
Mm-hmm.
intimidating.
Yep.
But here's the things that you can be proficient at of your choice. You can be proficient in acrobatics, animal handling, arcana, which means spellcasting stuff, deception, history, insight, basically reading the body language of a character,
Hmm.
investigation, searching a room, medicine, knowing your drugs, basically, nature, see if this works or whatever, perception, like searching for something, or perception is sort of like trying to get a read on something that's
Yeah.
not a human or whatever. Performance, you can be proficient in that. Persuasion, religion,
Mm-hmm.
sleight of hand,
Oh,
stealth, and survival.
stealth.
Okay, you want to be sneaky, 7'2",
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
dragonborn. Yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah, I want people to be like, that dude's huge. Where did he come from? Did you hear him coming? Nope, I didn't hear him coming.
That is a good point.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you what? Okay, so what else do you want to be proficient? You have five other options to be proficient in.
Okay, I want to be proficient at stealth. I want to be proficient at investigation.
Investigating,
Um, yeah, so that can always be a side business for me.
private eye
Um,
bard.
as a sort of private eye, I already look very intimidating. You know, so then now that I'm not a soldier, number one line of work for me is, of course, being a bard. And then my fallback is investigation. And in order to be a good investigator, I'm going to need ding, 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 stealth.
All right. You got four other options, good sir.
Sleight of hand,
Mm-hmm.
acrobatics,
Ooh, okay.
and then being able to break dance at a wedding in a way that's not too ostentatious, but generally impressive.
So performance.
Sure.
Um, okay, and then you got one more you can choose.
Um, making a like being able to decorate my home in a way that's very comfortable and stylish.
Let's see. I, I don't see that as an option right now.
I know.
Okay.
Being able to being able to embrace conflict and be like if I have a friend and something weird happened, I'm the type of dragonborn dude who's able to be like, "Hey man, let's talk about this right now. That was a weird thing that happened in there. Uh, I didn't know you guys were related, and I'm very sorry. You know, like I just want to be able to deal with it in the moment.
Uh, okay. You could. That would be.
Conflict resolution.
Well, there is persuasion.
That's it.
You are proficient in that. Okay, now it's on to the math part of things.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to explain this as best as I can with the point system. So essentially, the
Okay.
point system is every even number represents a -1 or +1 to your whatever roll you add for whatever
Okay.
you're rolling for with your 20-sided die. So a 10 gives you a +0. Um, but sometimes you get also race bonus with your stuff. So
That's
like
like a what? That's like white privilege.
sort of, or just gene stuff. So
Okay.
like as a dragonborn, you have a +2 in strength already.
Nice.
So you have 27 points to spend. So do you want to have like okay, so at 10 you're at 0, but if you reach 12 you get +1, and then 14 is +2, and then 16 is +3. And you have strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, so what do you want to improve? Because right now everything is at -1 except for the strength.
Okay. So what area best advantages me if I improve it?
Charisma, because
Let's do it.
you want to be a +2 or a +3?
+2.
+2, okay. What kind of wisdom do you want? Do you want a +1 or
I want hella wisdom.
you want hella wisdom? Do you want +2 or +3?
Yeah, two. Plus three on the wisdom.
Oh my god, he's going crazy. Okay. Alright. I see what you're going at.
You guys see that?
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. This is gonna be amazing.
Good.
What do you want your intelligence to be at? Right now it's at -1.
Let's make it +1.
Okay. Your constitution, which is your health points, is at -1 right now. So
Wait,
you're
wait. Can you say that again? I didn't hear you. I think we're being hacked.
oh, okay, my bad. Whoever's hacking, please go away. Um, your constitution is your health points. Right now, your constitution modifier is at -1, so you're at 8 health points.
Okay. So
No, I'm sorry, you're at 7.
okay. So can we boost that up?
Yes, you can, big time. Do you want that to be like a
Okay. How
+1 or a +2?
+2?
Okay, So now your health points are at 10. This is a level 1, so this is actually really good.
Great.
Do you want your dexterity to be -1 or?
Yeah. That's not as important to me. Let's do -1 dexterity.
Okay. And do you want your okay? So then, do you want the rest to go to strength, which will be a
Yes.
+2?
Yes.
You want to be a strong bard. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So with that, you have created your first ever character in D&D. But now it is time to name this bad boy.
Okay. What? Uh. What if his name is? What's one of the cooler names that you've heard of? I
I
just want
could
to get a
read
reference
you
of.
a list of Dragonborn names.
Yeah.
Okay, I will read you a list of Dragonborn names. This will be great. Dragonborn. Da 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 da. This is going very swimmingly. You are becoming a natural at this, CJ. You have,
Thank you.
you are getting really proficient at this. Okay, so here's some male Dragonborn names. Arihan, Balasar, Baresh, Donar, Gesh, Heskan.
Okay, I already know what my name is going to be.
What is your name?
Oh no.
What?
Oh no?
Oh no?
Yeah. See, because it's flexible, because then my enemies will say my name like, "Oh no." But then when I'm burning folks out, I can be like, "Oh no, no, no." Like kind of sassy. And it's just
Right.
a very flexible name.
Right. Okay.
You could also say it like, "Oh, no." Like, "Oh, question mark?" No.
Right.
Exclamation.
So is like, oh, your first name and your last name is no, or is it oh
First
no
name
as one?
first name is Oh no. And I get
Okay.
to choose the last name?
You can have a last name if you want,
Last name is You Didn't.
as in one word.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want the apostrophe or no apostrophe?
No, I don't like the Oh no, you didn't. I want my name, like Bono's name. I
Yeah.
want it to be that name minus the B. And I'm called one thing. Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah,
All right. So
exactly.
let's see. Let's take this at full evaluation with the export of PDF, which I will email you later. Holy God. Um. Okay. So you are a armor class of 9, which means
Okay,
people have to
okay.
roll a 9 or higher to hit you.
Okay, good.
That is not good at all. But your speed is 30. Every square in a battle system is 5 feet, so you travel a lot.
Good.
Your initiative is -1.
That's what my girlfriend says as well.
Oh my god. um, and which means that most likely you will be the last one battling, going in, taking your turn in the battle.
Okay.
Your dexterity is amazing. Your dexterity is
Thank
negative
you.
1. So your highest proficient thing in your entire thing is intimidation, athletics, and performance and persuasion. Those are your highest. You have a +4 in those.
Good.
And then you have uh, basically you have damage resistant to lightning. You
I mean,
can't.
that's important because that comes out of my body.
Yeah, and and then you have bardic inspiration, which means you can inspire your friends in battle.
Good. Good. Ooh, I like that.
Or later on, you can use cunning words and basically you can make people miss you by just telling them not to hit you.
Yeah, yeah. That's how I got through middle school and elementary school by my cunning words. So that's good.
Oh well, there you go. And your casting spell is amazing.
Good.
And there you go. You have oh no, you didn't. In a nutshell, right there.
Okay, but just clarify. I don't want that you didn't. I just want him to be called one word. Oh no.
Yeah, no, you didn't is his last name.
Okay. Okay. That works. That
All right,
works.
all right. Because oh no is his first name, and you don't have to tell your last name. You could just say your first name.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Are you happy with this?
I'm super happy with this.
Oh
You're
my!
sending me this info?
I am sending you this PDF, and you can play this with official D&D campaigns.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. Do I am I still stronger than the last guy that you created? Shoot straight with me. If I'm not, that's okay.
Uh,
It's okay.
sure. Yeah. No, you're fine. That will stand a good chance.
Okay, good. Good.
Yeah.
Well,
Just expect to take a lot of hits
I
because
mean,
you're
that's
not
life though,
fast.
man. That's life, you know? And if you're not fast, at least you can inspire your comrades in battle, is what I say often.
That is very true. That is very true.
Good.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is C.J. Hunt's character. Oh no, last name you didn't. And this has been another exciting installment of Tavern Talk, and I have had an absolute ball just talking to CJ about all the
Baylor,
amazing.
thank you for having me.
No problem. And also,
I
thank
am
you.
a new subscriber. I am going to be listening to more Tavern Talk and hearing who else you create.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to that too because we have some amazing guests. Like we're already talking to Dick Van Dyke.
Oh my gosh.
I know, right?
Oh my gosh. That's pretty incredible.
I know, right? I was not expecting a 90-year-old to be interested in coming on this show. But we also have some great voice actors and stuff like that coming on, so it's going to be really exciting.
Oh man. Well, I can't wait to hear who he creates. Jeez.
Me too. It's going to be crazy because he's probably going to have an amazing imagination.
Yeah.
I also gotta say, if you like also Dungeons and Dragons series and you also like video games, we also have a brand new series coming out very soon. Or you like PvP, we also have that, player versus player, and you can subscribe it onto our YouTube channel, the B&B Tavern. And then you could also check out Assassin's Games, our sponsor, that have amazing Dungeons and Dragons stuff that you can go ahead and buy on Drive-Thru RPG or D&D Go, and that is some really cool stuff. We're using that soon with one of our campaigns as well, and it's really fun. And yeah, thank you so much again, Assassin's Games, for sponsoring everything. That's amazing. And thank you again, CJ, for coming on.
I just subscribed and I can't wait for the next episode.
Awesome. We're doing it. We're making it.
Who does your art?
The Big Bad Vlad.
No, I'm looking at the art for the Big Bad Vlad episode and your logo. This is great.
Yeah, the guy who made Big Bad Vlad is the guy who does all our art.
So cool.
Yeah.
Well,
his name is Matt, but
I'm coming for him. I'm coming for Big Bad Vlad, and I can't wait for more episodes.
Okay, I am looking forward to that too, and I am looking forward to also our D&D campaign coming out, so that'll be exciting as well. So stay tuned for that, guys, and be sure to also follow us on Facebook and Twitter. CJ, is there anything specific you want them to follow you on?
Yeah, they can follow me on Twitter at GoCJHunts, and then I'll have information about when our show is launching and anything else that I'm writing or putting out in the world.
You can always follow CJ on that Twitter that you just said, and you can catch A&E's new show, Black and White, which is an amazing comedy. And I have to say, I am super looking forward to this amazing man's writing skills coming to life in many other shows.
Thanks, Baylor. I feel the same way about you, bud.
Aw,
All
I
right.
wish we could hug, but we are
Oh, internet.
internet hug. All right, well, thank you guys for listening, and we will always catch you guys next time. Bye-bye!
Bye.